Salutations, my name is Phil, AKJC Servant. Welcome to another exciting City of Heroes video. Some gameplay here featuring Cinderflare as we're gonna do a story arc. This one's called The Library of Souls. According to my notes, we got 8 missions here. None of them are a kill-all. So hopefully we can get through these somewhat quickly. Does this character even have stealth? Yeah, I think she does. I think she has Walmart stealth. So we have Walmart stealth, very useful for getting through some of these longer story arcs. So for those of you who don't know, Cinderflare is Pyrotechnic Fire Dominator. Mental note, I should keep the stealth on when I'm outside so I don't get like shot as I'm flying around there. Oh no. Oh gosh. Whoa. Well, that's ×2, but holy shiz, it looks like ×4 up there. And once again, they're all loaded with +1s, because why in the beep wouldn't they be? Okay, alright. Alright, gonna get through this. Gonna get through this. Somehow, some way, somewhere. Alright, let's stop flying. Let's go into stealth mode. Let's go ahead and pull out our pet. And the Catherine wheel. And, oof, this looks like it's going to be kind of interesting there. Wonder if I've got a snipery shot. There we do. How did you miss him? He was right in front of your face. Somehow she missed. I'm going to try to pull some of them in here and see where it gets me. Whoa, she does kill them fast. Holy cow. Or I got some lucky hits there or something. Alright. The heck, Jiggy? Oh, Jiggy's taking damage. Jigglypuff is taking damage. No. No. Stay alive, Jigglypuff. You got like 2 more minutes on your cooldown, buddy. You can't be dying on me yet. Ah, I need to figure... Where in the hell am I? Okay, right here. I need to get around the corner so I can see what I'm doing. I think Jiggly's almost dead. Jiggly didn't run away when Jiggly needed to run away. Oh, I'm going to be the next one to die. Ah! Yeah, I couldn't see what was going on there at all. It was just a big old mess. Oh, this is one of those missions where they trap you in the darn thing if you get KO'd. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. These walls or these doors take forever to break through. Sigh. Oh, and I can't even take a knee in here? Lovely. Well, let's see. Got my sniper here. Hits this guy with a sniper shot. Boy, there's some behemoth there. I said that the angles on like the shots here are really hard to see anything. Yeah, the worst enemy here is the camera angles. Oof. Alright, so we're supposed to be looking for Edgar here. You know, despite the fact that it's set to +0, I'm getting enemies 2 levels above me. That is so frustrating. Alright. See if I can stealth over. I'm not even sure which room he'll be in, but I'm assuming it's either the southern, well, it could be the northern one. Could be the southern one. Wow, that's a lot of enemies for me to stealth past with Walmart stealth. That's just, yeah, that was asking for that to happen. Wow, I don't understand why all the enemies are such a high level. Oh, they joined me. What do you know? Whew. A little dangerous in here. Now, one thing you can do nowadays, we can put the difficulty at -1. Won't help for the rest of this mission, but if the rest of the missions are going to be extra high level, then I'm going to put it down a level. I don't think it's right to like constantly stick players against +2s and +3s. If I wanted that, I'd sign up for it. That was a little bad on my part there. I was blasting before I held them. As a dominator, you should always do the opposite. Am I right, guys? Ah. Accomplishments badge missions out of Ouro. Oh. Is that the one that whoa, 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 whoa. Is that the one that gives you extra health and stuff? Ooh. Keep running off endurance, too. You can make the best outfits. Well, thank you, Miss Tammy. I do try. It helps that sometimes I get pointers from you guys there in the chat. It's just cool stories, huh? Doing it for the stories. Doing it for the funsies. Oh, well, there's some funsies up there, let me tell you. What am I looking for? Inspirations here. Everyone's a winner with fire breath and everything else. Ooh, I got a hot tip. Guys are just dropping tips left and right. It almost should be illegal. This looks like a nice little healing fountain. We're gonna run in here, do that. Give them a little brilliant barrage to fall in love with. Breathe a little cone of fire on them. Boy, they kind of die pretty quickly. Oh, I forgot I have consume. I can consume endurance from these guys. I forgot that's a thing. Oh, healing crystal here. What do we got here? His body? Did poor Edgar never make it? Yeah, no, he didn't. He sadly didn't make it, Pirate Princess. It's most unfortunate for him. Yeah, I don't think I have an exploration badge from Bigstown here. Should probably pick one up while I'm here. Lovely. It's probably right in the middle of all these like level 82 demons or something. Excuse me, I'm just looking for a badge around here, really. Is it underground? That's what it is, underground. So yeah, we are just hanging around here on Cinderflare. We're beating a bunch of things up. We're chatting with people in chat. We're making a video about this later. So we're doing all kinds of things. Just showing you a little mid-level dominator action here, right? Now, when the mission takes me to another zone, I usually use Mission Teleporter or Team Mission Teleporter to get me there quickly. That's what it's made for. That'll help you zip around these things faster, as I like to tell people. Get you right in there. Oh, gee whiz willikers. Another cave. How exciting. With 3 crystals to find in this labyrinth. At least they're lower because I set it to a level lower now, so we're just going to try to zip through these guys because we're not here to beat every little thing up. We're here to find the dang crystal. Of course, if you get stuck on any geometry like that, you're probably going to get hit like that. Ooh, so that's how you run into a situation and immediately have to turn that around because, whew, that was a little cray-cray in there. A little cray-cray up in that house. Whoop. I need some more endurance. I hope you guys don't mind if I suck yours up. Throw a little hypnotizing lights on at ya. Whoa! Oh, lovely. I don't even know what killed. Honestly, I guess I lost track of that fight there. I didn't even realize I was in danger. Oops. Yeah, I didn't even realize I was in danger there. Need to be paying better attention to my health. That's why I try to keep it down here towards the middle. Because, I get tunnel focus vision, especially with the camera in this game. I don't know. In a way, it feels like you got enemies all around you. It feels like Diablo, but you don't have like the zoomed out camera of Diablo. So I oftentimes will lose track of exactly where the action is at. That's a little irritating. I threw down all my control powers, too. I don't know how there was even that many threats left that were still active. And again, I'll try to fly there as quick as I can. Oh, come on. Well, let's see here. Good thing I keep a bunch of these in the mailbox, but that's pretty funny. Yeah, I'm not having a good luck day on this run. I'm going to try this one more time. So somebody told me a while back, why do you take the stealth power set from concealment, right? When you can just put the enhancement that lets you fly with stealth or lets you run around with stealth. This is exactly why you might want to take concealment. Because I believe the stealth from concealment is much stronger and you're a lot less likely to get caught. So someone could probably break down the exact numbers from me, but when I used concealment on one of my sentinels, I very rarely got shot like this. So Yeah. But I am stealth there, believe it or not. Now, these were the guys who gave me a hard time before. This time we're gonna... Well, yeah, we're gonna try to do a little bit better. It's really tough because of the angle that everything's at, so you can't really even see where to put your powers at. You're like, huh, where do I put this glowy thingy? Right there. Wow, Pumpkin's still alive there. Die. Thank you. You are correct. Stealth is better than the enhancement. Yeah, definitely. Because I definitely get caught a lot with... that's why I jokingly refer to it as Walmart stealth. Because I get caught, and sometimes, like you saw right there, that means the occasional KO. KO! Especially when there's like that many enemies in the clumps together. Which, I don't understand also why those clumps are so big. It's ×2, not ×3. Usually with ×2, you get like clumps of 5 max. So, I don't know. Weird. It's like 2 clumps together, but sometimes the RNG just work that way too. Yeah. I would recommend use Infiltrate for sneaking around. Yeah, the great value stealth, right? Yeah, I could definitely see when I respec some of my characters, I might just go back to using real stealth instead of cheap Walmart stealth. You know, I think I want to fight these guys on the way through here, just in case I need to retreat this way. Those enemies are acting a little weird. I guess they're staring at my glittering column. That glittering column is really good. Quick cooldown, let you grab all their attention, holds it for you. While you can go in there and do a quick move or two before it expires, and pops them up in the air, so you know it's about to expire because they're all flying up into the air. So you can go in here, do one of those, do one of these. Yeah, the damage on Dominator is pretty darn good, I will say. Like, I'm definitely getting through these enemies pretty quickly. Now we're just gonna zip around here. Oh, it's showing me on the map where the last glowy's at. You don't get that too often. You know, that's the second time that a glowy has been in that corner in that room that on a map like this that I played. Right there. Great Walmart stealth. Helping you to find the last crystal. That's 2. Count them 2 missions down. Oh, you gotta take it to Atlas Park? Rude. I'll get the Atlas through Ouro. Do any of you like Dragon Quest? Wow, 45 viewers tonight. Holy cow. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Phil, aka JC Servant. I stream games. A lot of City of Heroes, obviously. We do like our City of Heroes. We also like when people say hi, so feel free to stop by and say hi. I'm showing some Dominator action today. We're just zipping through these missions, so I'm not reading them out loud. I do that on several other videos, though. If you'd like me to read out the stories, I have playlist filled with both hero and villain side stories. Dragon Quest is awesome. I played Dragon Quest last year. Dragon Quest 2 HD remake. Yeah. I want to do Dragon Quest 7. It could be another one of those things I make videos on or stream or whatever. If anyone's interested in hanging out with me when I play it, because I got a story with Dragon Quest 7. I got stories with Dragon Quest 7. So where is my long range teleporter? We'll use the team teleporter to get the bricks down on this one. So with Dragon Quest 7, I bought it on the PlayStation 1. It was really slow. Really slow. And I didn't get very far on it. I played previous Dragon Quest games and liked them just fine. But 7 was like taking the whole slowness angle to a new thing. And I kind of got lost like 15 hours in. I kind of lost interest. Then I got the DS version, which had some nice quality of life, type of things. And that was better. And I think I got at least 40 hours in, give or take, because I unlocked the job class daily. You can switch jobs and classes, whatever, mix and match, but that doesn't come online till a little bit later on. So I know I was 30, 40 hours in before I kind of put that one on the shelf. Now they got the really, really cool, super awesome remake of it that moves even faster and is trimmed even more. And it's got really pretty graphics, and I'm always a sucker for cutesy graphics and the such. So I was thinking about doing that one next. It's been a while since I played a Dragon Quest game, and I would really love to knock 7 out once and for all. It's one of the few I haven't actually beaten yet. So I would like to get that done. It's always fun if you have people to join you for the journey. And whatnot. Oh, gosh, there's so many enemies here. Where's Jigglypuff? There's Jiggly. Glad you could make it, Jiggly. Oh, 1 second here. I got quite the fight on my hands. Keeping them under domination or control is what's kind of key there. Oh, what did I do? I went and shot some guy way up on the rafter there. That was lovely. I'll read y'all's comments in a second here once this huge chain fight I've started is over. Man, Consume there, really doing some heavy lifting. Alright, Jigglypuff sacrificed himself for me, but that's okay. We can summon another one here as soon as my endurance comes back. Alright, let's see what you guys are saying. Dragon Quest is awesome. I played Dragon Quest last year. Yep, I bounced off a DQ7 on the original. Yeah, me too. I'm so bad at games. City of Heroes is as high as I can handle. Well, if I throw on Dragon Quest 7, you can play City of Heroes while you watch me play Dragon Quest 7. You can play Dragon Quest 7 vicariously through me. Definitely. Might be more entertaining than Diablo. I don't know. Just dazzle them to death. That's fine. That one's confused. That's fine. Just hold them all. That's fine. Now, Jiggly, can you try not to aggro half the dungeon here while I look around for this kidnapper and his... What are you shooting at, Jiggly? We just had a discussion about not killing everything. Jiggly is not exactly good at stealth. Now it says, defeat kidnappers and his coven. I don't know if that's these guys here. I don't know. They look sus. Don't they look sus? They look sus. What are you attacking now, Jiggly? Are you attacking the door? Oh my goodness gracious. That's why no one can stand you, Jigglypuff. Did you get them all, Jiggly? Who knows what Jiggly's doing anymore? Yeah, that's the jail area. You're right, SL. That's the jail area. It's Jiggly's very fascinated with the jail doors. Like Jiggly just wants to keep shooting the door. Look at it. It's already got half that door worn down. Jiggly, if I kill it for you, will you leave it alone? It's like it's worse than my cat. There, see? Door's blown off now, okay? Can we go back to, I don't know, defeating the kidnappers or the coven or whatever we're supposed to be doing here? See, now, I pointed this out to somebody. When it comes to judging certain classes and stuff, we talk about, like, let's say defenders who... you know, can sometimes do more damage than corruptors at times if they get enough setup, right? If they debuff the enemy enough or whatever the case may be. I always point out that sometimes, like you see me doing here, you know, with that last fight, where I took on those guys without holding them first, right? When you have a high enough damage output, you don't need to use controls, buffs, and debuffs on every single fight. You can just use 1 or 2 attack powers and they're dead. And as a result, things go a lot faster, right? You get through the content faster and all that other jazz. It just kind of depends. Obviously, your mileage will vary. But the more damage you do, for example, the less control I have to use on these enemies, right? Just a simple... I used a simple one opening control on that one, and that got those guys pretty good. I don't see more enemies here. Oh, wait, nope, there's one right there. So onesie by himself, just a minion. Don't need to really hold him. We kill him with two or three hits tops. Yeah, but I don't see more enemies around here. This is just looking like the jail area. Yeah. Yeah, that ended most unfortunately for him. You know, one would assume that something called Talon of Flame would have, like, extra, you know, extra fire resistance, but I'm not seeing it. Are you playing with somebody over there, Captain Wheel? Yeah, I'm not sure where the kidnapper or whatever it's called. That is a lot of enemies in a clump. Boy, this looks like it's going to be fun, doesn't it? Nothing could possibly go wrong here. I have to say, Dom didn't do too bad there. Oh, there's our kidnap victim right there in the corner. That little tiny thing shrinking in the corner there. Probably gotta kill all the bodyguards. There we go. Number 3 down. Do you slot your health and regen powers? Usually if I'm having endurance issues, I will. Which is on most characters, honestly. Just on the... now, the health, maybe not so much. I do on tanks, brutes, and whatever have you. We do have 3 slots on stamina here. I haven't even bothered with health. I could probably slap a green in there. I don't do a lot of tanking on this character. Like, if I'm tanking a lot, a little bit of extra health regen isn't going to save my candy butt. But, yeah. Definitely kind of depends on the character you're playing. Find Arcanus and Talos Island. Delos. Now, another thing I could possibly and probably should do with this character, she does run into a bit of endurance here. I could definitely put some sets, start buying some sets and putting them in there. Sets, particularly in the control powers. So what are you looking for in control power enhancements, right? A lot of control powers don't do a metric ton of damage, right? That's not what they're designed for. And the hold enhancements or the mez enhancements will generally just increase their duration, but not their effectiveness outside of duration. It doesn't make them work better on bosses or anything like that, unless, I guess it could if the first one... No, I'm not really sure that's how it works. Anyways, the point being, what you're really looking for is accuracy and maybe some endurance reduction. So you can get that pretty well with sets and some extra bonuses as well. So it's not unusual for me to throw some sets on Doms kind of early. But honestly, she's been doing so good for the most part. I haven't really given it much thought on this character yet. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at this map. What the beep were they thinking? Holy sweet mother of all that is holy in my entire life. Yeah, Walmart stealth. Could go in there, Walmart stealth. But holy cow, is that a lot of rooms. Oh, Healy Crystal. Holy sweet mother of all that is. Oof. Let's dismiss Jiggly for now. Boy, this is a lot of rooms. I'll try to zip through these and get to the back end of this. Hopefully without, dying from Walmart stealth. Ouch. Walmart stealth is gonna get me killed. Walmart stealth gonna get me killed. Get me killed. Whoa, whoa, yes, get me killed. Walmart stealth gonna get me killed. Oof. You gotta like how those last guys get those few hits in after you've already flown away. Well. So using accuracy is better than putting in holds. Well, just keep... it depends on what you're looking for. Just keep in mind that, adding in hold enhancements doesn't make the hold work better per se. It just makes it last longer, right? You kind of see that when you hover over it and it just says hold durations going up. And maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need a longer hold duration because, as you're fighting enemies, you're not, your hold is expiring before you've had time to kick all their butts. So I'm not saying there isn't a place for hold duration, but it isn't like it's truly enhancing the hold. And I think the assumption of some people is when you slot in, a hold enhancement, that it's actually making the hold more effective. And it's generally speaking, that's not the case. Whoa, whoa, oh gosh, that felt kind of bad. So, but the duration, especially I think on Dominators, the duration's less than controllers. So, oh, here's our friend right here. I won't even need Jigglypuff for this. Hey guys, look at the shiny here. You like shinies, don't you? What you doing way back there, buddy? He be dead. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you would think it would make it stronger, right? You would think, well, I don't seem to be holding bosses very well, so let me do that. Now, there might be, in a way, it might be making your hold stronger for bosses. I'm not 100% sure of the mechanic. I'm sure somebody who's a little bit more experienced than me might be able to answer this, but I think what happens when a hold doesn't work on a boss, then the idea is that you need to do 2 or 3 more holds, in a row, before basically it overcomes his defense or resistance or whatever the hell it's called. So in that case, having a longer duration on that first hold so that you have more time to get more holds overlapping on it might be exactly what you need. But yeah, so it's not directly making every single hold stronger, but it might give more time for them to stack up if you're trying to overcome someone's resistance. Now, I don't know that's the mechanic for a fact, but that's kind of the impression that I have in my bunny brain. I think that's the 4th mission. I gotta talk to her in Atlas Park? Again with Atlas Park. Like, all my teleportations are on cooldown except for Ouroboros. Yeah, magnitude, minions are magnitude, yeah, magnitude 2, magnitude 3, you need to overcome their mag. So the question is, like, let's say you throw a mag 2 hold on them, and it's not enough, so you need to throw another mag 2 on them right after that. If the duration's longer, does that give you more time to get that second one on there for it to actually work? So I want to say yes, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But that would be kind of the way that it kind of sort of makes your hold stronger, is when dealing with those bosses. Now they want me to go back to Talos. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? SL's got our back. That's the nice thing about being part of a community like this. You can always find someone who's got your back and confirming or telling you, no, you're not correct on that, you silly goose. You suck at the whole stats thing. Here's the thing. They don't really explain all these mechanics. It's one of my pet peeves with modern RPGs, is that they don't explain mechanics. So you're left guessing, like, what exactly does what. Now, City of Heroes gives you some clues. It explains when you bring over, like, a hold power. You're looking at your hold powers there on your character, and you drag one over, it'll say, hey, this is going to increase hold duration by, an extra 5 seconds. So it's giving you some hint there. But it doesn't exactly explain, like, the overlap mechanic or anything like that. A lot of these games don't, right? There's no tutorials like, oh, you're playing a Dominator for the first time? Let's explain to you how the domination mechanic works. Let's explain to you how double holds work. Now, if you take a look, like, for example, on one of my powers here, you're going to see here, like, Sparkling Cage. It says a 4 magnitude immobilized for 20 seconds. Then there is a 4 magnitude immobilized for 30 seconds on the target while under the effect of domination, right? So I believe that means that, because when I'm using domination, you would have both of these hitting at the same time, or one right after the other, essentially. So you'd be able to overcome a 5 mag resistant enemy, with that. So, yeah. It's but it doesn't explain. You have to like dig into this stuff and go, what exactly does this mean? And then they introduce the new deep sleep mechanic, right, for controllers and dominators, but it doesn't explain, like even in my sheet there, was that a deep sleep or just still the regular sleep? Because we were talking about that earlier with the low-level dominator I was playing. So the game doesn't explain a lot of stuff. You end up digging into a lot of wikis, asking a lot of people questions. And on one hand, it can be kind of fun. Recover spirit thorns. On one hand, it can be kind of fun because you can work with your friends to discover more about the game. Feel like you're more part of the community. Read wikis. Wow, is this the world's smallest dungeon or what? Oh, ouch. But I generally prefer games with simpler RPG systems. One of the reasons I'm a big fan of tabletop is when it comes to the mechanics of how to beat enemies and how the math works and stuff, it's all very, very, very simple, right? Very simple. In Pathfinder, you roll a d20, you add your attack. If it's equal to or higher their AC, you hit. What does +1 do? Well, you're using 20-sided dice, so you know that a +1 gives you a 5% extra chance to hit. It's that simple, right? It's that simple. Oh, well, I haven't been here before on this character. Let me grab an exploration badge while I'm here and hopefully not die in the process. I see a badge there. I think that's a badge there. Maybe not. There it is. Now I'm going back up before I die. Run into the wrong enemy and die here. Wait, what's that T? A tunnel connection. Oh, where's the tunnel connection take me? Anywhere fun? That's what I'm looking for. That's how you found me, right? And so it brings us together, and we talk about it, and we share what we've learned together, and it makes it more of... So in an MMO, between us girls and MMO, I'm a little bit more forgiving of these mechanics because it does give us an excuse to talk about builds and learn from each other, create Hey, it gives content creators, right, a whole bunch of reasons to make videos. On single player games, I just wish they were all a lot simpler, like tabletop gaming. And just because it's simple doesn't mean it isn't like deep and tactical combat. Doesn't mean, it can't be fun and exciting. I just don't understand why the math needs to be so complicated on these things. And the rules are so complicated. Alright, find landmarks on Talos Island. Oh good, mission teleporter's finally back up. We are getting our money's worth out of mission teleporters on this one. Did I enjoy Baldur's Gate 3? Yes. Though I didn't fall, and I still haven't fallen head over heels in love with it like some people. I played it once and I was done. But Baldur's Gate is a good example of something that the mechanics are fairly well explained because it's based off of D&D 5th edition. So if you understand D&D 5th edition, it's pretty easy to understand. Saving throws, armor class, things like that. They're pretty similar in most of the tabletop games that come from the D&D line. So, and the rules are pretty simple. The math is not nearly as complicated as City of Heroes, for example. With that being said, what I didn't appreciate necessarily was some of the bosses with some, what I like to call bullshit mechanics and things like that. Larian put in so many extra things above the 5th edition rule set that it would make 5th edition already makes players super, super powerful if you let them multi-class and stuff. I don't at my tabletop because I know it's going to break the game. So then Larian puts more ways to make people more powerful on top of that. And then they wonder why, you know, then they, you know, then in order to make up and make sure the game's still challenging, they put in bosses with like BSC mechanics and stuff. So, and I've got a lot of problems here because... Ah! Come on! What the heck? Come on, come on. Go, go, go. Gosh, I can't catch a break. Ah, I got hit on both sides there. They don't seem to be responding very well to my mezzes. Ah, no, I'm mez. That's not okay. Enhancements do you no good if you're dead, or inspirations do you no good if you're dead. Use them all. Yeah, these guys are... I don't know if these guys are mez challenge or what, but... Whew. That was close. That was very close. Phew, thanks for helping me out, little wheel. You came at the last minute and helped me out. It's much appreciated. They are a weakness. Controller Dominator's weak. Is that why they were just like laughing at all my mess controls? As I was like, watch out for the fungi enemies. They are a weakness. Is that what I was experiencing there? Holy cow. Yeah, because I was throwing out all the crowd control and they were like, ha 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 ha. So that prevents them from getting mess. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, they drop a mini pet that gives the mess protection. That's just freaking lovely. Well then, knowing that they're that dangerous, we won't try to stealth through here. We'll just go ahead and take them down. Remember, boys and girls, death is the best form of mez. Oh, fudge. Fudge. The heck, am I mezzed again? I'm sleeping. Ugh, lovely. Die. Oh, I missed. Ouch, this is getting ugly again. Whew. Boy, this is definitely a test here. Do you know how to play your class? Yes or no? You're gonna find out. Ooh. Gee whiz willikers. Woo! Hey, cough up. How you doing today? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, I might pop in some Dragon Quest VII after this. We'll see how I feel. It might be getting late. This is my pile of rubble. Mine. Okay. Alright, so it's showing me where the last one's at. Now this is the fun part where I get completely confused on how to get down there. I have never been good at this particular cave layout. This room right here always confuses the mess out of me. Ah! You are not a very nice plant. Die. Oh, so what's up with you, Cough? We've been talking all kinds of things today. Talking a little bit about Star Trek Online, talking a little bit about Dragon Quest VII, talking about Dominators and dominating things. Hello, bad guys. Okay, so I need to get around the corner there. Oh my gosh, how many of you guys are there between me and my goal? Hey guys, I really need some endurance here, so if you wouldn't mind helping me out a bit on that, thank you very much. I'm not sure I actually got my combustion off there. Yeah, a little rubble. I think the person who made the cave system was drunk. Drunk or high? I think that's the question, right, Tammy? Liberate the Library of Souls in Brickstown. Well, what is this? Team teleport? Team teleport. Okay. We're going to take the team teleporter over there. Yay! Say what to play, kind of bored, excited from a Pathfinder game tomorrow. Oh! Well, I hope you have fun with that. You know, some people tell me that Pathfinder is a boring game, and it's so 2021. That's what they tell me anyways. Yeah. 10 crystal... Whoa, 10 crystal souls remaining. Holy shiz. Oh, good grief. Are you serious? Of course they're serious. Why wouldn't they be serious about this? Good grief. Gosh. And this is a -1, too. I keep trying to put down the power and it's not working. I kept trying to put down the... I'll look up the power name in a minute. And I kept trying to put it down, and it wouldn't go down. It wouldn't go down. It wouldn't go down. I was like, what the hell's going on here? That was weird. Weird. Yeah. Alright. Well, I guess it's more excuse to buy some more enhancement or inspirations, but... honestly, my hold should have worked. Ugh. I'm also not super sure how there were enemies coming up from behind me either, but it's neither here nor there, I suppose. Squishy's worst fear of most squishy classes is somebody coming up from behind. Yeah, because I came through here. Yeah, there's a guy right there. See, there were people coming up behind us, and I don't know why, because we just came through a teleporter right there. And I don't think enemies go through teleporters. But is this power right here? Brilliant Barrage. And I could not place that on the ground to save my life. I thought it might have been mezzed, because that'll certainly stop you from using your powers, but I could move and everything, so I don't think I was mezzed. Well, hot diggity dog. Now he's down. Yeah, with 10 artifacts to find in this freaking labyrinth, you might as well consider this a kill-all, which, you know, with the size of this place, is just an insane proposition. Let me see what this Incendiary Aura does real quick. So we have a 20-foot radius, negative 17% chance to hit, and a 6% debuff to their defense. Okay, good to know. Well, I hear another glowy around here somewhere. Oh, they got little doors. How quaint. 3 down, 7 more to go. And whose idea was it to plant 10 of these things in this monstrosity? Uh-oh. Well, we know where that's going. That minion is level 34. It says I'm 34, but it's showing yellow. Odd. Now I'm listening carefully for glowies. I hear one there. Now, where is the glowy? I can hear the glowy. But I don't see the glowy in here. Wow, sounds pretty loud, but the thing about the glowy system is, and the noises it makes, is it doesn't care about walls. It's not any quieter if it's on the other side of a wall. This game does not use real sound acousticies or anything like that. Uh-oh. They do not care. I do not know. Okay, well that might be all that's in this one. Figuring out how to get in and out of this place is something else. When you first play this game, this is one of the most confusing layouts that you'll run into. Oh, goodness gracious. Place is huge. I can hear something there. Right there. I feel like Jiggly's giving away my position here. So I'm just kind of going around here listening for glowies. You'll usually hear it before you see it in a place this complex. Okay. Let's head on to the next room. I see a bad guy there. I'll get some weird pushback on that. Okay, let me take a knee for a second there. Okay. Let's see, is there any glowy sounds from in here? Got one right there. Oh, come on. Come on, open it. Yeah. Oh, I hear another one. With all these nooks and crannies, it could literally be anywhere. Oh, sounds really loud around here, but like I said, this thing doesn't care about walls. Oh gosh, I seem to have got some really bad aggro here. Oh, goodness gracious. We must have aggroed the whole dungeon at once. Free endurance recharge. Brought to you by Domination. Ooh, that was some high-end domination work right there. Hold him down. Teach him who's boss. Now, where's that glowy? Aha. Two left. One of those doors is behind a crevasse type of thing. You guys have the weirdest system. Pretty sure this isn't wheelchair compliant. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Stop shooting me. I'm fragile. Yeah, I definitely need real stealth on these characters. Aha, here's one here. Now, will it show me the last one on the map? It will. Wowzers. As Inspector Gadget would say, wowzers. Ooh, that was a pretty thrilling cave section there. Very long, too. Ugh, and you gotta go back to Atlas Park again? That took 15 minutes. Constantly running back to this lady back over here, giving her stuff. Here's your stuff. Calling up the contact. Talos Island. And at least I can long range teleport over there, I think. Cough up, you still there? Fingers crossed, no cave. I know, that's probably why it's 8 doors and gives 35 merits. It's probably because it's all in caves. I mean, 8 doors, 35 merits is about average, I suppose, for 8 doors. Yeah, I guess it isn't anything special. But there's no kill-alls. It's just that it's caves and it takes forever because it's caves. So, you said you like Titan Quest. Do you like any other action RPGs? We've been talking a lot about Diablo 2 lately because they just re-released, or they just released, not re-released, but they just added in the Warlock class. Actually, you know, that's what I'll do here after this mission is over. We'll throw up a little Diablo 2. Oh no, I said Diablo 4 in the I don't know what I said in the description. Rescue Zora, whatever, from this mess. Good luck with that. Look at this cave. I do like how you can kind of lengthen out the map like this, though, right? You could do this. Nothing's stopping you from rearranging things just a titch. So that the map is a little bit more readable. I do like that. You don't get that in a lot of games, so that is a nice touch. Whoa, 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 whoa. Gosh, I don't know what was going on there. I was like, whoa. Oh, gosh, this is confusing. You know what? I'm just going to beat all you guys up because I have no clue where I'm at and I don't want to be judged. Good old-fashioned death. I wish I'd scooped up the D2 remaster. I like ARPGs, but they're better friends. I've Grim Dawn and Torchlight 2. Played a good bit of D2 and D3 back in the day. Yeah, the missus and I, we've been playing some Diablo 4 with the new seasons that are out. And I just somehow went right back to where I was at before. And what else? We are... Oh, hello, bad guy. Yeah, and what about Diablo Immortal? Did you ever try that one, Chief? And in case any of you forgot what Diablo Immortal is, I'll just ask you one question. Don't you have a cell phone? Because honestly, that never gets old. What is the riddle for getting out of this oh gosh. Are you still alive? Die. Never. So Diablo Immortal is actually pretty good. If you like Diablo 3, you should really give Diablo Immortal a try, and it's free. The only reason you'd ever feel pressure to buy anything in that game is if you want to be at the top 2% of PvP. And I don't know about you, but I don't necessarily play Diablo for PvP. So the holds on Dominator don't last as long as Controller, but since they kill things so much faster, it doesn't matter most of the time anyways. But yeah, I could throw up some Diablo Immortal if you like. I got a Sorceress on there I enjoy playing quite a bit. No, this isn't Diablo Immortal, right? So Diablo Immortal, it's a free game. So you ask, well, how do they make money? They make money by selling shit to people who love PvP. It actually has some pretty cool PvP modes with some very interesting rewards. Stuff that I would actually be interested in trying because it's more like PvP from an MMO, like Battlegrounds and things like that. And I wouldn't mind trying that out. With that being said, I don't care about being the top 2% in PvP. I understand that if you're playing PvP with other players, that dying a lot is part of the experience, right? So I'm not trying to be the top 1 or 2%, so I'm not going to care for purchasing a bunch of things. But if you're lower rank, you're just going to get lower rank people anyways. But you can ignore it and just do the single player stuff. Do the story, do the PvE. There's tons and tons of PvE. It's got like the Rift and the Rift Guardians and stuff like that from Diablo 3. It's really actually pretty cool. I'll throw it up here if you guys want when I'm done with the story arc. I don't like how these guys are right outside this door. We're going to go ahead and dispatch them. Yeah, I bet you he didn't have a cell phone. That's why he died right there. Should have brought a cell phone. There's always one who runs away. There we go. Bet you they all have cell phones too. Now, where is the door? Is it around this corner type of thing? That's a dead end. Boy, these cave systems, I swear these people were high off of the tailpipes of their cars when they came up with this stuff. You can't click on there. Oh, there it is right there, right? That's how you get back there. Holy cow. Sweet mother of mercy. Could these guys try any harder to hide this stuff? Alright. You know what? I don't like you guys either, so I'm killing all of you. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Where you going, buddy? Well, he just zipped off real fast. There he is. Make sure I hold him first. Alright. Let's see what we got around here. Are any of you hiding Zoria and Acarist or whatever? What the heck? A glowy? I wasn't expecting glowy around here. Clue found. Oh, lovely. What do we have here? Diablo guides. Demon Souls guides. No one's being held in here? Really? No one's being held? Huh. Seems odd. I'm almost tempted to kill all these guys just for... Rescue Zora and Acaris, though. Well, I haven't seen any of them here. We're looking for Zoria or Acarist. I don't think I even see them around here, honestly. You know, do you think the clue I found would be like a clue of where they're at? No, of course not. That'd be too easy. And Zora and Acares could be things that I don't see very easily on the map. Acares' power, his binding must be permanent. You know, now I'm kind of second guessing whether I should have taken a closer look in that last room, because the enemy nameplates don't show up for some of those guys sometimes. For like the hostages. And you'll just alt-tab right past them because they're just like normal NPC, background NPCs. You know, it can actually just be... Sometimes just the easiest thing to do is just to kill everybody. You get to die. You get to die. You get to die. Ah, refreshing. Who else can we kill? Or arrest? I don't think I got very much endurance out of that. Any Zorkuras and Acarest around here? No. No little hiding NPCs in the darkness? Because sometimes they'll be like cowering and they'll be blended in with the background and stuff, and it could be a little hard to see them. Come back here. I'm not done with you. Okay, now I'm done with you. Great. Mass murder of all of them, and yet nobody saved. Well, that is unusual. Way to defy expectations. Wait, where does this one go? Ooh, fancy. Up here. Okay. How many of y'all like these kind of missions? Braddock, how are you doing today? How many of y'all scratch your heads go, why am I still playing this game when you do a mission like this? How many of you wonder, what am I doing with my life? Why do I subjugate myself to such tortures? And why ask why? Maybe I should just drink Bud Dry. Right? Tammy gets it. It's fire versus fire here. You just ask yourself, what am I doing with life? Oh, finally found one. Oh, I'm held. Well, fudge sickles. And I'm just immobilized. Okay. Phew. Okay, so you just had to find this one guy. He may not be in the back. That was 94 minutes for 34 merits. Not great. And honestly, you know, the problem was it wasn't like 94 fun minutes. That was 94 like, are we done yet minutes, you know? So 94 minutes, that's 22 merits an hour. Yeah. Yeah, not my funnest, that's for sure. Like I said, the hero missions take so long to fill out the spreadsheet because that one mission took me 90 minutes, 90 some minutes, whereas like the average villain mission takes you like 30 to 45 tops. It's like they realized with villains like they were making these things too long. You know, like, oh gosh, maybe 90 minutes is too much to ask for people. Yeah, that was 8 back-to-back cave missions too. So that definitely does not help its rankings any on the power scale. That definitely doesn't help, right? Well, those of you watching this video later on YouTube, I don't know what you get out of this, but if you got something good out of it, let me know down in the comments below. If you'd like to see more Cinderflare in action, let me know. And thank you guys so much for watching, and may God bless you.